It's not your fault. Listen to me. It's not your fault. Now, what I want to cover in this video is I love when my mentors ask me this question. They said, Robert, did you get an owner's manual? I was like, what? What do you mean an owner's manual? You know, how to be, fulfilled and have peace and joy and have everything working for you. No, I didn't get an owner's manual. Well, let me ask you another question. Did your parents and grandparents get an owner's manual? Not of my knowledge. Did your teachers? Did your Sunday school teachers? Did your pastor or whatever organization you're involved in? Coaches? No one got an owner's manual. And so I wanted to put a series of videos together of what I would say to my younger self. And this is one of them. Because when I realized that everyone was just doing the best that they could, that the things that I know now that has made me no longer have despair about any money, never even to think about money, to have freedom, to have an abundance of money to be able to help other people, which really gives you the most joy. It's not personal achievement at all. It's making enough money to be able to share it with others. And so there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And here's what's so crazy. I have my youngest son right now, Kyle. He'll be 31 in July. And he's still at this place where he's like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. He just got back from Japan, spent 21 days there. Amazing. How many people would do something like that? I'm so proud of him. And one of the things that I realized is I just said that to him, because believe it or not, that's what my mentor said to me when I was 27, just turned 27. Excuse me. And he said, Robert, it's not your fault. I mean, if things are not going good for you, you don't have good relationships, maybe you're lonely, uh, you're not making a lot of money, you can't afford a down payment or afford a nice home in a nice area, you can't afford a nice vehicle, you can't afford to go on vacations. This stuff is not taught in school. Communications, understanding that there's different personality traits and that people hear different. Did you know that? There's a website out there called 16personalities.com, 1 and 6. And when I took that test and realized that there's 15 other personality traits and the way they hear things, the way they say things, the way they think things are different from me, wow, why didn't we get taught this in school? Right? Why didn't we get taught how unique we are? See, everyone in the world, goes through an education system, which, by the way, I forget in some subjects, United States is rated, 20 and 30s out of all the countries in the world. And the reason why is because their deal is to put you in a box. These are the things that we need you to learn. What if you're good at some subjects and suck at others? See, they didn't even know how to diagnose me when I was young, but I'm dyslexic. And so I didn't see words. They would show me the word thumb. I couldn't see the H, and I would say tum. And they're like, wow, this guy needs to go to special classes and have a speech therapist. And they just didn't understand why I couldn't spell, had difficulty writing, and also reading. But when it come to math and science, loved them. Back in my day, they had shop, learn to do woodwork, learn to build small engines, work on cars. It's like, wow, learn to weld in high school, learn to do electricity in high school, plumbing in high school. And I just remember that I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was telling my son that I'm 62 now and my mind still I I'd like to do this. I'd like to do this. You're always reinventing yourself. So when we're young, it's like people go, you need to go to school, get good education, to get a good job. Most people don't even know what they want. So then you find people that actually go out and get extended schooling in certain subjects and then find out, I don't want to be an accountant. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a doctor. You know what I mean? And it's like back in the day, a lot of professions, um, there was a lot of flexibility, you know. And nowadays it's like, no, you're in these giant healthcare corporations or these giant law firms. And now it's not, you know. So when I heard later in life that a average person, you can Google this, an average person now will change careers 4 to 5 times. Now, the old days, you could stay with the company for 40 years and retire, have a good retirement, a good pension, and get a gold watch, and you're on your way. And so, job security is not where it is. So I want to bring it up to you again. When you look at your life right now, what if the first feeling that you had is, listen, it's not your fault? Ignorance. Ignorance is not a dirty word. Ignorance means that you don't know that you don't know. And just like when I got a little older, I found out that a lot of people, I did a video, is everyone lying? Is everyone lying? Because I got a little older and I found out that there wasn't a Santa Claus. If kids are watching this, I'm sorry. Um, I found out that there wasn't an Easter bunny. I found out there wasn't a tooth fairy. I found out that just because you have a degree doesn't mean it guarantees you a good paying job. What? See, I went to trade school to learn to be a mechanic. And I went to the North Dakota, they changed their name, North Dakota College of Science, based out of Wapaton, North Dakota. And because I loved working on things with my hands, engineering, stuff like that, I was an awesome mechanic. Still not good at math, English, writing. Oh my God. You know, but thank God, you could get a degree because you're good at some things. I think it's really funny when people go to universities or colleges and they find out that, hey, they don't really care if you show up or not. Just pay your tuition. We don't care if you show up. It's adulting, right? It's adulting. And so, what I'd like to share with you is it's not your fault. If you didn't get an owner's manual and the people that raised you didn't get an owner's manual and the people that you hung around didn't get an owner's manual, then I all of a sudden found out about these 16 personality traits. What are you talking about? I didn't know that everyone was, had a different personality so they don't hear. So, wouldn't it have been cool in school to learn that other people had different perspectives than you? Other people had different ways of thinking than you. Other people had a lot of different things, and that you should focus on your uniqueness. Find out what you love. And when you find out what you love, if you just get gooder and gooder, yeah, for those of you that are in education, you're like, Robert, that's not proper grammar. That's not the right word. Okay, I are a millionaire. And it's like all of a sudden, my life was in shambles. Got married right out of high school. Why? Because you're supposed to do that. And had kids when I had my first kid when I was 20. Not saying that's wrong or right, but in our first year and a half of marriage, my wife, that's my ex-wife now, said, hey, I don't want to be married to you. And I said, you're not taking my son. And she goes, I don't want him. It's like, wow, how are you supposed to handle all this stuff if you don't know? So then, I had a mentor introduce me to this book. Um, Craig, if you're watching, make sure to put all the audios and stuff in it. But I read this book, and there's another thing that I didn't realize. I had all these unrealistic expectations when I get out of college because I got a degree. This is how much I'm going to make, and I should get promotions, and I should work myself up this ladder, corporate ladder that I found out wasn't on the right building. So now I got to start over and start over. See, it's amazing to me when you see, no one ever would say to you, here's another thing I learned is, oh, you got to work, a long time for a company to get experience because you want to make sure that your resume looks good. Well, when I became a mechanic, I found out that the mechanics that got paid the most money were working in California. I grew up in North Dakota and Montana. So then I go out there and they're paying me a lot more, but I didn't know that everything costs more to live out there and that you could be taxed more in the state of California than you do with the federal government. So you don't know that you don't know. And so we're taught in school, right? To, what if you get a bad grade? Oh my God, then, someone's going to take a red pen, right? And they're going to mark how many you got wrong. And then they're going to say it while they hand it out. How many people, hey, I got, teacher asked a question. I was the person that was hiding behind the other person. You know what I mean? Don't pick me. I don't want to be humiliated. So we're taught through school that there's not a lot of emphasis that goes on what you're good at. You're always just told on what you're bad at. And when everybody in the classroom knows what you're bad at, then you get teased and bullied, right? And so I would tell my younger self that you got taught not to fail. See? In school, we get taught not to fail. But in life, the art of fulfillment is trying something to see if it gives us joy. And if it doesn't, move on. So I remember when I started learning this stuff and I went out to got my job in California. And it was like every 4 to 6 months, I was changing jobs. And I remember someone saying to me, Robert, this is really going to look bad on your resume. And I said, that's funny. No one ever asked for my resume. And they go, really? And they go, yeah, they just found out how good of a worker I was for the company that I was working for. And then they would ask me what it would take to get me to come to them. Wow. Wow. Is that in the owner's manual? No, it's not. And so I tell people I found a job when I was looking for a job when I found this one. So there was these things that I learned that if I could keep learning from people, that I just kept getting more promotions and more promotions and more promotions. Still not enough money to do the things that I seen other people doing. I was always one of those people that criticize wealthy people. And I'm going, how many new cars do you need? How many homes do you need? Do you need one on the East Coast, or, snowbirds? You got one in Arizona and then you got one up in the mountains for skiing. You got one on the beach. It's like, how did these people, make this kind of money? And see, there was these little things that my mentors kept saying to me, like I've said on some other videos, is all of a sudden someone brought to my attention that other people that have freedom, which to me is more important than money, to have people to say to me, profits are more important than wages. And I'm going, I'm not smart enough to be a business person. I'm not smart enough to own my own business. Well, Robert, people that make a lot of money and have freedom have other people working for them, or they have other people, having multiple, apartment complexes. You own a apartment complex and you got 200 people paying your rent, or you take a company public and, everyone that buys shares of stock of yours is raising the value. Walmart has 100 a million employees. And so all of a sudden I was just going, wait a minute, I thought you were supposed to be smart to own a business. I thought that you had to have this crazy work ethic. No one ever explained to me about residual. Residual, Jerry Seinfeld, he's a billionaire. And every time there's an episode of Seinfeld that shows he gets paid. What? Yeah, Jennifer Aniston with Friends. Yeah, her and her friends, they still get paid every time a rerun happens. What? Yeah, and then there's compounding, and leverage. And, Albert Einstein said compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. There's two groups of people that earn from it and people that pay it. He's mostly talking about interest. And I just thought, man, there is so many things that I don't know. And so when I found out that you didn't need to be intelligent to be successful, that you didn't have to work and sacrifice your family and your hobbies because of leverage and compounding. When I heard this thing that what if there was something that you could sell, but every month when people buy it again, you get paid again? What? Do the work once, get like 10 customers, and then next month you do it again, but you get paid on 20 customers, the 10 you had and the 10 you got. And then all of a sudden now we got influencers like Corky, Santa. Thank you, Corky, for the bonus. For the super chat. I really appreciate it. Those orphans I support are going to love it. And I just want you to get, like my mentors did to me, that everything that I did was from someone that didn't have an owner's manual. And so a lot of things that I believe, that I know, that I know, that I know, that I know were not true. What if the things that you're doing right now, your philosophy of life, your business philosophy, what if there's different ways to do things? So, another one that I love telling people all the time is my mentor was really good, and I've tried to do my best to do these same things. And so when he said to me, he said, "So Robert, what are you going to do when your knee heals?" So I was on workman's comp making $900, and I said, "Well, I'm going to go get a job." He goes, "Why?" And I was going, "What are you, stupid? You need to get a job to make money. What do you need money for? Are you ridiculous? Rent, electricity, utilities, insurance, car payments, food, everything. Life is expensive. Life is expensive." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, I get it." He said, "But do know there's other people that make money that don't have a job?" I was like, "What?" Are you kidding me? It's like, and so those are the kind of things that I would love to share with you. And I thought, man, if now that I'm helping my youngest son see some of these principles that are not taught and they're sure not shared on the internet, you got a number of people that want to tell you that they know stuff, but they want you to pay them for coaching you, or they want you to pay them for a course. Um, Everything that's helped me help others never work for anybody again and make any kind of money you want is all on my YouTube channel for free. You heard me correct. And I just thought, man, you know, my mentors didn't charge me any money. Why? Because they always were involved in something that, because they showed me how to get this incredible lifestyle of freedom, to work when I want to wake up when I'm done sleeping, to travel the world and fill my passport full of stamps, to be able to give a lot of money to charity and win trophies and awards for my giving, not just my production, and helping other people earn millions. I was going like, wait a minute, are you telling me that the stuff you taught me, I could teach others. And when they started earning income like a franchise, that I would get paid every month for helping another person succeed. It gets better. How could it get better than that? If you introduce them to me, I'll do it for you and you will get paid. What? Yeah, ask people if they know of anyone that needs to make extra money. When they say, "What is it?" simply say, "Why are you interested?" Well, it depends on what it is. And so just very simply send them a link with the video, and this will see if they're interested or not. If they're interested, they can sign up as an affiliate for free, just like Amazon, just like, Apple, just like Microsoft. It's like American Express. It's like crazy. My wife just recently sent me a link from her Discover card. And I applied, got a Discover card. They gave me $100 and gave her $100. Why is it some people out there are monetizing their whole entire life while other people are still doing what people have done, since the 30s? You know, go out, work hard for somebody, and they pay you wholesale, sell your talents at retail, and keep the middle profit. Man, I remember when my mentor said that to me. That pissed me off. And those are the kind of people. It's like, Robert, how much do you get paid as a mechanic? $15 an hour. Well, why do they charge me? Why do they charge me $35 an hour? I don't know. Well, they own the business and you're an employee. See, so me always thinking about starting a business is that I needed to know somebody. Not true. I needed to be educated. Not true. I needed to know somebody. Not true. So all these things that I thought that were really true to stop me from earning any kind of income I want, they're not true. Don't you find it really interesting that the majority of the people on the planet, a majority when I'm talking about 90% of the people on the planet, that they, if they knew the information that my mentors taught me, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. I brought up the thing about failing. The only way that we learn how to do something is through failing. So you learn to play guitar or you learn to dance, right? Everyone that goes, man, I'd like to be a better dancer or I'd like to learn a new language. It's three simple decisions. One is to make the decision to do it. Secondly, find someone that can show you how to do it. And three is to do it. So, everyone that's done anything, including your job, do you think you could teach me how to do what you do? Yes. Hardest paying job without a doubt, being a mom, right? And it's like, my wife has taught me how to do diapers. She's taught me how to feed our sons. She's taught me how to wash the dishes. She's taught me how to wash the clothes. It's like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And she's awesome at it. And she's taught me how to do that stuff. So everything that you do right now that you're good at, if someone made the decision, wanted to learn, you could show them. And three, if they practice, they just keep getting better and better. So why do we keep saying that we can't do things? Because we make up excuses that we're too busy. We're never too busy to do the things that we want to do. Right? So if you wanted to go on vacation right now, what are the reasons you couldn't? I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Then you need to fix that. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more money. So it's just mind boggling to me that there's all these things that I knew when I was young that stopped me from being who I was. And I kept doing them over and over. Right. And it's like, what if there is a better way? My ways are not perfect. because nothing is. But I learned something that I can teach you to do for free. And if someone sent you this video, um, you know, reach out to them. Say, I want to see the other videos that this guy's doing so I can get aha moments. You know what I mean? Because once you get an aha moment, which changes your philosophy in life, then everything in the world changes, right? Yeah, we see people today like Kylie Jenner that what all she does is she's posts pictures, builds a relationship with people that follow her, and then sends out affiliate links, and then people buy that and she makes money. So then she made enough money to eventually make her own products and become a billionaire before her sisters and her mom. See, there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there that I can share with you for free on how to generate an extra income. And, they do say that money doesn't buy happiness, but neither does poverty. Neither does poverty. So the reason that we quit a lot of things and we look at ourselves as failures is because we just don't do it long enough to get good enough at something that gets results. Right? So I'll never ever forget when I got my first check other than being a mechanic. That was my belief check. And now I've been doing this for 37 years. So it's not your fault that your life is the way it is if you didn't know that you didn't know. It's not your fault. When does it become your fault? Is when you realize that there are ways to get all the things in life and you decide not to do it. See, then you go from ignorance to stupidity. And we've seen this all the time. How many of you, I remember when I was young, that, someone came out with a pet rock. I was going, are you kidding me? Makes millions of dollars. And then he says, listen, if you want to send your rock back to me, I'll give you a death certificate. My God. Wind shades in your car. A couple of people from another country came to America and said everyone's complaining about the heat in their car. Maybe we take this piece of cardboard and we make it so it folds. And then people in California and Arizona, Vegas were buying these things every day. And they were smart enough to go to companies like McDonald's or big corporations and say, why don't you buy these things and give them away? And then when people open up their window, then people see advertising, turn every windshield into an advertisement. And it's like, how many of you have picked up a cardboard and cut it up and folded it up and put in the garbage? You threw that opportunity away. How many of you have thrown a rock? You threw that one away. And then this guy comes to the United States and needs to pay for his college. So he does a website. It's called 1 Million Pixel Page. And he sells 1 million pixels for $1 each. And because they're so small, people had to buy 100 by 100. And he said, listen, once this is sold out, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And just in a matter of months, made $1 million by selling a pixel, 1 pixel on the internet for $1. Now people go, what happened to that guy? He started a company called Calm, Calm, Calm. And now they have millions and millions and millions of people that want more meditation, more mindfulness in their life. And every month they're paying for an app. Right now, in the affiliate world, there's this thing called the subscription model. Did you guys hear that Elon Musk? I know that he used to charge $5,000 or $10,000 for self-driving cars. He now just changed that model to $99 a month. You got Netflix. Do you know that Facebook, not only can you become an affiliate for free and earn money by sharing the affiliate link with Amazon, but they have 200 million Prime subscribers. That's $35 billion a year. And what I teach people to do is something very, very simple and easy is follow that model, follow the Amazon model, follow the Netflix model. So right now we got Walmart, Target, we got Costco, we got Amazon, and everyone that's budgeting right now because life is expensive. You know, things cost a lot of money, man. Is people are looking at that list, and if you took $200 that you spent on products with those other companies and got involved in the company that I'm with for free, become an affiliate for free, got 12,000 products in 200 countries, and all you need to do is say, I'll take my dog treats and buy them from MDC. I'll take shampoo. My coffee. Does anyone drink coffee? My skincare. Look at all the 12,000 products, including clothes now. And I just take that buying power away from them and buy it over here. Then if I like them, I could do like Kylie Jenner and any other social media person, Mr. Beast, Joe Rogan, and I could then share that link. And if ever other people move their buying habits, then I'm going to get my products for free. What? Then that means that you added another $200 to your budget every month for just moving your buying power because you still got the buying power. So now you keep building this. And like I was taught 37 years ago, all of a sudden you have 30,000 people responsible for your income. And this industry's like 150 years old. But then you have people that don't have a good life tell you that, don't do anything. Just do your job. Every year, if you go a little deeper in debt, no big deal. Forget those promises that you promise your significant other or your children or yourself, your friends, all those dreams and imagination when you had and when you're in school. Throw that all away. Just do your very best to live paycheck to paycheck. Try to not leave too much debt to your children and your grandchildren. And, just mind your own business. It's not going to get better. And so another thing is I heard you become who you hang around. So when I started hanging around people that had different thoughts, that had a different life, that enjoyed things better in life, then I started listening to them, and what I got is what they got. By helping people do better and be better, man. So I believe in you. I love and appreciate you. Please do me a huge personal favor and share this video with others. Get back to the person that invited you this video and say, hey, listen, I would like things in my life to be better, and I just know for a fact, if you were where I am and I was where you are, I would pray to God that you could get through to me. I would pray to God because the stuff I do is so simple and easy. And it's so sad that everybody in their mind thinks they're no hope. I can't do anything. I'm so stuck. I don't know what to do. It's simple. You can get out of that by thinking different things. So if no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. Let me be the first. Let's start building an owner's manual by figuring out who you are, what you love, what you would do for free, and let me show you how to monetize your life. See you on the next video, and bye for now.